Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another Summer Daily News Show. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. Lovely people, it is Friday. It's almost the end of the week. Hope you've had a blessed week and hope you have an even better weekend. But before we get there, we've got two shows for you. We've got this one, and then we've got our monthly call-in show tonight as well. So people, make sure you tune in for that one. You know, that's one of our favorite shows, and it's a show where you guys get to come and express your thoughts and opinions and chop it up with us, and you get us thinking, and you often change our opinions on things that we already have opinions on. So without any further ado, people, a few bits of news items to get through, and we'll start with this man, Flacco, the best Liverpool defensive midfielder I've seen in my lifetime, and that's saying a lot considering we've had the likes of Didi Harman, Mascherano, to name a few, through the doors. And his move to Saudi Arabia seems to be edging that bit closer. A £40 million deal, which he is apparently having his medical for. He has not traveled with the squad to Singapore. None of us expected him to travel, but it's been confirmed he hasn't traveled. And Fab seems to be moving on to pastures new. And just like I said with Henderson, Fabinho is an absolute legend. Came into the club at a time where we were competing for top four. And I personally believe the signing of him and Alisson turned us from a top four challenging team into a title challenging, title winning and European elite football club. And he was a massive part of that. I remember me and Drift were sitting in a car, in Drifty's car, back in what would have been 2018 now. First time me and Drifty met, we did a show together with Cheeky Sport. Shout out to Cheeky Sport. And we were sitting in the car, and I pulled out my phone to see if I had any missed calls or anything. And I said, Drifty, bro, like, we've just signed Fabinho. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, bro, we've just signed Fabinho. He's like, bro, stop being stupid. And I was like, bro, look, check my phone. That was a pinnacle signing because we had just lost the Champions League final in 2018. And literally the month, so I think we lost on what day did we lose? We lost on the Saturday, and I think we filmed the Cheeky Sport podcast on the Monday. From the Saturday to the Monday, I don't know what Michael Edwards did. I don't know who he trapped in a room, but the deal was done like that. And I remember at the time we were so shocked because Man United was so heavily linked with him. And let's be real, like, he was brilliant at Monaco. At the time, he transitioned from a right back into a centre midfielder, especially in that DM, that double pivot with him and Bakayoko. It's a player that we've all forgotten about. And he joined Liverpool. And look, first couple of months, it looked a little bit dicey. I remember having a chat with Matt at a barbershop, and he weren't convinced by Fabinho. And I was like, bro, I don't see this signing going wrong. I just think he's taking a little bit of time to adapt. Lo and behold, he adapted and never looked back. And he has been absolutely sensational. I remember that season where he had to play centre-back for us. Exemplary. The Barcelona game, magnificent. The Man United game where he beat them 3-1 at home when Shaqiri came off the bench and scored a brace to give us the win. Magnificent. So many games he was magnificent. So many times we sat there and said, we've got the best DM in world football. And yes, last season he fell off. I do think it's the right time to let him go. Had I known Henderson were leaving, I'd have probably said, yeah, maybe he could stay around, but I still think it's the right time for him to go. But he leaves with nothing but my blessings. He leaves with nothing less than having the title of being a Liverpool legend. And I don't say that like, he's a Liverpool legend. And I wish him all the best. Hope you get more success in Saudi Arabia. Hope you get even more money so you can secure your family. And yeah, Fabinho, thank you very much for your service and all the best for the future. On to a man who could be a part of our future, though, and that is this man, Romeo Lavia. However, lo and behold, there's a little bit of a bump in the road. So we've put in a bid of 45 million. That's 42.5 million plus 2.5 million in add-ons. However, Southampton want 50 million pounds for the player. Not just that. Guess who else is in for Romeo Lavia? That's right. Hijackers themselves, Chelsea Football Club. And look, I can't even sit and be too shameless, actually. I'll take that back a little bit because Tottenham Hotspurs will probably say the same about us. Man United probably say the same about us. Transfers are there to be hijacked. If a player is good enough and you want that player as well, then you both go for that player. It is what it is. It's just annoying because this seems like the player that we really want. And it seems as though because Chelsea aren't getting any breakthrough with Caicedo, that they're going to go move on to Lavia. And here's the thing. Everyone will know I rate Lavia, but I would want a more ready-made DM. And maybe I'm being a bit naive because I'm looking at his age, I'm looking at the lack of experience. And here's where I'm hypocritical because if you gave me Napoli's Cravo, for example, he's only had one season in top European football or a top club in European football, but I'd snatch your hand off for him. So yeah, I'm a bit of a hypocrite there. Not a bit, I'm a hypocrite there. But I just see a lot of development in Lavia's game, which I don't necessarily know if we have the time to accommodate that, especially with Fabinho and Henderson and Milner leaving. However, this seems like the player that Liverpool want. So if this is a player we want and Southampton want 50 million and Chelsea are in for him, just do it. Do it. Just like my top. Like Nike, just do it because we can't be dilly-dallying around here. Amrabat's already turned us down and going to Manchester United. We lost out on Ugarte. Tchouameni only wants to play for Real Madrid. Caicedo, I don't think we'll put the money up for. Lavia is the player that we want. We need to make it happen. We can't mess about with this deal. If we mess about with this deal, Chelsea will come and get the player, and Lavia would do really. Sorry about that. Lavia will do really well for them. So I hope we go through with this. I hope we get the player and I hope things work out. If we don't get Lavia though, guys, I have to ask the question. And I know the obvious answer is Caicedo, so I'm going to ask you guys to think a little bit more out the box because I don't think we're in the running for Caicedo, nor do I think we'll put up the sort of money, which is a frustration I have with FSG, to be honest. But if we don't get Lavia and he chooses to go Chelsea because we mess about here, or we can't get Caicedo, who do you want us to sign instead? Because we have to. We cannot go into the season with just pathetic. That will be negligence of the highest order. I know we had the whole centre-back debacle back in 2021. This will surpass it and then some. So let me know in the comments, guys, if we can't get Lavia, if we can't get Caicedo, who do you want Liverpool Football Club to sign to occupy that DM spot? And finally, onto someone who will be part of our immediate future, because Ornstein came out today and says Thiago Alcantara will be staying at Liverpool Football Club for the foreseeable future. Now, we again know he has a year left on his contract, and we all expect him to move on this time next year. Greedily, I want him to stay at the club. Greedily, Matt wants him to stay at the club. Greedily, Drifty wants to stay at the club. And look, I know there'll be detractors. I know people will sit there and go, look at the injury record. Look at how much he's on. Why keep him? And you're right. I get it. But I'm shameless, guys. Thiago, in my opinion, is our best centre midfielder. And he is a luxury midfielder. But I feel as though this season, more than any, we can afford to have him as a luxury player. We've got Szoboszlai, we've got McAllister, we've got Jones, we've got Elliott. In my opinion, we've also got Trent. We've got 5 players who can play the 8 position. He's number 6. He's the luxury. For me, keeping Thiago is a good thing. For me, keeping a luxury player as good as Thiago is a good thing. And look, it will help, in my opinion, with the transition of players like McAllister, Szoboszlai, maybe Trent moving into midfield. He will need a little bit of guidance in some aspects of his game. Who better to learn from? Who better to impart knowledge than Thiago? And I'll be honest, if anyone fits the Thiago profile as much as the next man, it looks like it's McAllister. But McAllister's not quite Thiago yet. He might never get to Thiago level, but he's not Thiago yet. Why not go in there and learn off the master? So again, I know there'll be people who say, Cal, you're being sentimental, you're being silly, you're not thinking about the bigger picture. And you might be right. You might be right. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. You might actually be right. But my instincts are telling me Thiago staying at Liverpool Football Club is a good thing. But again, my instincts might be all wrong. But just in my heart, I would love Thiago to stay. Out of 3 midfielders that were touted or sort of targeted to leave the club, out of Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago seemed like the most likely to go, and now he's the most likely to stay. So it's weird how football turns around in the blink of an eye. But we're here now. But people, we'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. Firstly, your thoughts on Fabinho. Leave 2 words to describe Fabinho for you. Also, if we can't get Lavia and Caicedo, who would you want us to sign as a DM? And third, let me know. Should we keep Thiago or should we sell him? People, as I said, we'll be back later on tonight. So make sure you switch on the notification bell. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. And until we see you next time, people, thank you for watching and listening. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish, we're out. See you later, guys. Take care.